Good morning, Roman, and thanks so much for taking the time to see me today to discuss all of these fantastic, different and diverse media coverings we have here for HP wall decoration. This is a really exciting business opportunity for us, and I'm keen to learn more about it and tell my customers.
I agree, it's really exciting. There is big business here. And with HP latex printing technology, we can print onto a lot of different types of materials for wall covering, a lot of different brands. There are many ways of installing wall coverings, so a lot to learn. If you're interested, let's go to my lab and I'll show you a little bit more in detail.
Absolutely, let's go.
Let's go.
Roman, nowadays people are still using this self-adhesive vinyl for their wall coverings. How did this media work differently or perform better to self-adhesive vinyl wall covering?
Well, you know, HP latex technology works great on self-adhesive vinyls. Personally, I don't like that much doing wall coverings with vinyl, and there are several reasons for that. One big reason is I don't like this plastic feel. I prefer much better the woven, the non-woven feel on the wall. Another reason is that I'm not going to get big margins doing installations with PVC on the walls. So that would be kind of a key reasons, but you know, in order to install that, you need to be an expert installer. Things as simple as removing the liner, you know, it's okay, but then sometimes you may get this issue, so you need to know what you're working with, and then when installing that on the wall, well, you need to be a professional, because if not, I think you will agree that you have wrinkles very, very easily. If you want them to remove the wrinkles, you need to remove the material, and very often you're going to destroy the wall. So only professionals who know how to apply that can work with this type of materials. You see?
I can see exactly what you're talking about. They're very difficult to apply and even to remove, and the damage that it can create afterwards, that's incredible.
And it's this plastic film, mainly, what is not that exciting to me.
Well, that's amazing, Roman. I can see how difficult it is to actually apply, and the feel and look that you get from self-adhesive vinyl. Not great. Let's move on to this media over here, and we have such a range to talk about. Could you give us a bit more insight on what it's all about, and more to really, which one would I choose?
You should know 3 parameters. That's the minimal thing you should know about any wall covering that you work with. The base, what is the material made of? The coating, is it a coated wall covering? Is it an uncoated one? Installation. So if we talk about the base can be just paper. Those would be the cheapest of all. This is a blue back paper, can be used as a wall covering. You can tear it away, so it's okay, but it's kind of the cheapest of all. At the end, it's good to have a good range. The most typical ones are the non-woven. And non-woven is not only paper, it's paper and polyester fibers. Why polyester fibers? Because then you have something very stable in terms of expansion, also very, very strong. So it's very difficult to tear this away. Okay, the non-woven are the most typical ones.
Fantastic.
Then we may go to the woven ones. That's a textile, in fact. They are very strong. Okay, they are kind of the high end in the range. Okay, so those are the woven ones. And then, as you mentioned, there are plastics, PVC, polyester. Another very important parameter is the coating. You may have uncoated wall coverings. Latex works great with uncoated materials. The ink stays on the surface, as opposed to other technologies. You know, solvent ink. Solvent is very aggressive. The ink goes through the material, so the image is very pale. With latex, you keep the touch and feel of the material. It's an uncoated material, and the colors are very bright. So that's a great option. That's why latex is a versatile technology. It can even work on uncoated materials. And then you may be willing to use coated wall coverings. And then you need to know about the coating. Is it a PVC coating or a PVC-free coating?
Okay, so with PVC-free coating, would that mean that I can use it in areas of humidity or with walls with moisture and dampness? Does it breathe?
Yes, in general I always choose the non-PVC coatings, and this is one of the reasons, because you don't know about the nature of the wall. So non-PVC coatings are part of the fact that they don't include PVC, so they will allow for the humidity to run through the material, so they are breathable.
Okay, that's great. Roman, what about sensitive environments? I'm thinking about standards mainly with our customers. They keep asking about it more and more. For example, sensitive areas like schools, hotels, and even hospitals.
That's where HP latex technology is really strong. You know, HP latex technology is a water-based printing technology, as opposed to solvent technology. So there are no hazardous air components in the print around. And this allows the technology to be implemented in hospitals, restaurants, even schools. There are the right certifications in place to be able to decorate even schools.
Fantastic. That's good to know for my customers.
And another very important parameter that you should know when you take a look at the wall covering is how to install that. You may install a wall covering with glue, the traditional way. You may use just water. There are materials that come already pre-pasted. You may be working with a self-adhesive, or you may be working with magnetic materials. So as you can see, it's a whole world of possibilities. Latex opens you the door to all these possibilities, and it's important to know about that, because the more you know, the more you can offer to your customers.
Fantastic, Ramon. Well, that's great information to me, and I really didn't know there was so much background into choosing wallpaper. So Ramon, once I've selected the media from my vendor, how do I know about printer and rip settings? I mean, especially when it comes to accurate color, that seems a real challenge in itself.
Well, that's a good question. You may know about a website. We call it Media Solutions Locator. There you will find hundreds of profiles of different types of media that are compatible with HP latex printers. So that's the place. There you look for your material, and there you can download the profile to be used with your latex printer.
Fantastic. Well, Ramon, thank you very much for your help on all this information today. And I feel a lot more confident in approaching my customers and promoting these products to them.
It's been a pleasure, and I hope that all this information will help your customers to grow their business.
Thank you.